Howdy, folks. What's going on? It's Outlaw Hatfield back at you one more time. Guys, I'm running a little late tonight. I hope you can forgive me for that. It's just one of those things that happens. We get wrapped up in never enough ammo stuff and never know how long that's going to last. Let's see who we got out there. We got Kinky out there, Rob, Sam, and Guitar Man Pete so far. I'm sure there'll be others jumping in here relatively soon. Gary, what's going on with you?
Man, not a whole lot. Just the highlight of my week, co-hosting the Outlaw Hatfield chat.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had a actual interviewee in a while, so I think next week we're going to try to do the conspiracy show again. It's been a few months since we've done one. I figured it's time to get another one out there. Those actually seem to be some of my bigger shows. Actually, the whole conspiracy chats. God knows why, but Dead Horse has sent me some links to some things I'm gonna be checking out over the next week or so, and get him in here and talk a little conspiracy chat. You like those chats, don't you? You've been in a couple of them.
Yeah, as a rule, I don't buy into a lot of it, but it's interesting to discuss just the same.
Yeah, some of them are a bit far fetched, even for me. I mean, some I can actually say, okay, well, that's plausible. There's definitely a possibility of that being true. Others are like, no. I'm not one of these folks that. I'm not one of these people that believe that. Midnight's out there. Look here.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I remember him. Didn't he used to cook waffles or something?
Yeah. No, I'm not one of these people that believe in lizard men walking underneath the earth, or the earth being flat. But some of them is actually plausible, I guess. Meh, Alex Jones, Guitar Pete says. Yeah, well, Alex has got some interesting theories out there, but I will say this: some of his theories holds water. So, like the man or not, um, I'm still up in the air on how the hell thermite showed up at the World Trade Center. That's just a little weird. But that's just me. Hey, C4, it's okay, brother. I figured I'd shoot you a link. I figured if you could get in here, you would. We appreciate you watching. You be careful out there tonight, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, for you folks that don't know, C4 is Sarge, is a deputy sheriff, and so he's out there protecting the streets tonight, and y'all say a prayer for him and make sure he gets home okay tonight. I'm sure the likelihood of anything actually happening is slim to none, but there's always that possibility.
Speaking of slim to none, slim cowboys out there.
Hey, Slim, how you doing? I ain't talked to you in a while, brother. I'm gonna shoot you a link too while we're at it. I have not talked to Slim in God, I guess 2 months. It has been a while. Ever since I stopped doing those late night chats, man, I've been losing contact with people. So what'd you think of the bracket over there tonight?
I enjoyed it. Now, some of those movies I hadn't seen, but I saw better than half of them. So I like those kind of movies.
Yeah, some of my favorite war movies, Saving Private Ryan, of course, is one of the all-time greats. The Big Red One, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Lee Marvin, and Mark Hamill actually. It's an absolutely great movie. I mean, It's got its moments being a little boring, but oh no, it is a great war movie. We Were Soldiers. To me, that's in. If I had to list my top five war movies, We Were Soldiers would be right up there in the one or two. Um, I just like that movie that much. And like I said, it shocked me that he didn't actually have that one on his list. Apparently, I'm the only one that likes that movie as much as I do.
Didn't have the Deer Hunter on there either. That's one of my favorites.
No, yeah, I thought I've watched that movie a total of one time, and that was years ago. Um, and I honestly can't remember a whole lot about the deer. So, um, I guess and he could have actually uh, added a whole lot. What he could have done is just broke it down into different decades. Best war movies of like the 2000s, best war movie of 1990s, 1980s. Hell, he could run that for the next 3-4 weeks because there's great movies in that genre in every decade. Hey, Slim, how you doing, buddy?
Hey man, I'm doing all right. How about you?
Hey, not bad. Ain't seen you in a while, brother.
Yeah, I know. I've been working third shift. I'm not up as much in the daytime as I'd like to be, so usually the only time I get in chat is at night.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you sound like me now. I'm off tonight and be off tomorrow. Going back to the lake tomorrow, so
Well, there you go.
yeah, trying to catch that last one's big brother. Boy,
Yeah,
I tell you what, that was a monster fish, buddy. That was a monster fish. That's probably my personal record right there.
that's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't been fishing in a couple years. Up near here, there's not really a whole lot of places to fish where there's anything left. Sadly,
Where do you live?
I'm right around Valley Forge. So we got the Schuylkill River, and the problem is Schuylkill River. There's so much trash and stuff left in it, and everything else that you don't see many fish. Now I've seen people fishing, but I haven't heard anything from people catching anything. And the last couple times when I was younger, I went fishing there. We never caught anything. So
Well, see, that sounds like the river that I grew up next to in West Virginia, the old Tug Fork. It's not a very big river. It's just a long running river through West Virginia. And got some fairly deep spots in certain places. And when I was very young, they used to wash coal off, and the runoff would go into the river. So the river was filthy. And this was before they, put in all those laws where you couldn't run your sewage into the rivers. A lot of these houses, all the way up into the 80s, were still running sewage straight to the river. So,
yeah, so
and yeah, and the river was absolutely horrible. But over the years, you could watch this river clean itself up. As certain laws got passed and certain things got changed, no more coal runoffs, and the river went from something you could not see the bottom of to being crystal clear in the summer. You could see all the way across this river and see huge fish swimming around in it.
yeah, it's amazing how the planet can cleanse itself once we stop screwing with it.
Yeah. And I caught some beautiful trout out there. And up until, I guess, the first trout I ever caught out of tug was probably in, God, 91. And it shocked me because I had never heard of a trout being caught out of that river. And trout don't live in dirty water. They just can't do it. And this son of a bitch was huge. I was out there trying to catch some smallmouth, and all of a sudden, this little rod I was using just bent over double. Like, whoa, boy, this ain't a smallmouth. This is something else. And it was a good size rainbow, man. I was tickled pink to catch that big son of a bitch.
Break out your what was it, number 4 piano wire, or what was it?
Actually, we never used anything like that for trout. We just use straight mono. Seemed to work just fine. Now, every once in a while, we'd hook a gar of some sort, and you wouldn't have no chance at all bringing one of those things in on just plain mono, because it'd bite right through the line. It'd snap that line like it wasn't even nothing.
Did you say a gar?
Yep.
Oh, we catch gar on monofilament all the time here.
Really?
Are they a lot bigger down there? Or?
No, these are the ones I've actually hooked weren't no bigger than probably a foot. Just little bitty things. But they had rows of razor sharp little teeth.
Yeah, but I know I've brought them in before, especially down the Muddy River where I used to fish all the time, because they'd be down by that dam constantly. We had a man-made dam just outside of town that was made back in around 1900 or so, and we'd go fishing down at the bottom of the falls all the time. And especially if the water was low, you'd catch a lot of those gars out there.
So I was sitting here tonight minding my own business, just doing what I do. Friend walks in and hands me a bag. What the hell's in this? It's heavy as hell. So I take it to the room, open it up, and lo and behold, I have got many boxes of 22 long rifles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good thing to have.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I don't own a 22 gun.
Seriously?
Wait a minute. Did you just say you don't own a 22?
I do
That's
not.
an American, man.
I do not own a 22.
Sir, we need to get you to a hospital immediately, because I believe you might have suffered a brain injury.
Possibly. But I will assure you of this. Now that I've
Somebody
got ammo,
get this man to a gun shop.
Well, exactly. If I've got ammo for it, that means I got to buy the gun. So
yeah, but 22s are about the cheapest guns you can buy them.
Well, yeah, I realize that, and I realize how fun they are to shoot. I mean, I've owned hundreds of them through my life, but I just don't happen to have one at the moment. So,
well,
it looks like I'm going.
Go ahead.
I only have 6.
Yeah, looks like I'm going to be doing some rifle shopping.
Well, if you'd like a recommendation, I would say Ruger 1022 is
pretty much perfect right there.
That's your gold standard. I mean, there's others, and there's different ones. The only other thing I could possibly recommend is one of those Henry Lever actions. They're a lot of fun. But as far as multitasking, your Ruger 1022 takes the cake.
Well, that's where I'm leaning.
Or if you want an old-fashioned tube fed, go with the Marlin Model 60.
See, yeah.
Good choice also.
Yep. But no, I'll go, if I get one, and I'm going to get one, it'll be a Ruger. It'll be a 1022.
Can't go wrong either way.
No. But now, I have never owned a 1022, so I need to ask one of you gentlemen if you've ever fired lead round nose through a 1022, and will it feed it?
It should. I've got a bunch of 22s. A lot of them are quite finicky, and the only gun I've ever owned that's been able to feed just about anything you throw through it is a 1022. I grew up, we used to shoot the Remington, the Thunderbolts. I think they were the Thunderbolts, the green box.
Yeah.
And I grew up on them, shooting them. We used to go to Walmart back when you could go to Walmart, and you'd get 4 or 5 bricks, and you'd be good for a week or so. And it would eat them all day long. It wasn't until later when I went and got a bunch of different 22s that I realized, they don't function that well.
Well, these are Federal Lightnings, lead round nose. So, like I said, I've never used this ammo.
They should work just fine.
So I guess in a few weeks I'll be putting a Ruger 1022 on layaway. So
Luckily, they're not too much money. I think.
no,
No, not bad.
I'll get on Gallery of Guns later or Gun Broker or somewhere and find what I'm looking for.
Or if you wanted something a little smaller, you could go with the Charger, which is basically the same thing, just a smaller package.
Yeah.
I believe they're making pistol braces for those things now.
Yeah, they are.
I saw Mac was doing a video with one, I believe, and it was pretty cool looking.
And I'm just not 16-inch barrel's fine for 22. I don't need anything any shorter than that. I don't think.
Yeah, they're a good plinker. They're good for small game.
Exactly. That's the thing right there. Go out and take some squirrel.
Now, if you want one that floats, then you should get the AR-7.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that little survival rifle?
Yeah. It's
from Henry.
Stock.
Yeah.
I saw one of those in the store.
Yeah, hang on. Hang on. Give me 1 sec. Let's see. Switch. Yeah, there's your Henry AR-7.
Let's see what you got here. Oh yeah. Everything just folds up and fits nicely right into the stock.
Yep. Now, eventually it will sink because eventually water gets in because obviously that's not the perfect seal. But let's just say that if you have a boating accident, you got a few minutes to grab it before it goes to the bottom.
How much does one of those run?
I don't think they're more than $200, are they?
I think I paid just under $3. I got mine a few years ago.
Gonna say I thought they were over $2.
Yeah, they're not as cheap as a 1022, but it's one of those things where they're not far out there. They're just a little more than like your cheapest 22 you might come across.
Yeah, it's something to think about.
But if you're only going to get one, I would not recommend the AR-7 because they're built to be extremely lightweight, and with extremely lightweight comes parts are going to break faster.
This is a fact.
So it's more meant as a survival rifle, not a go out and dump a brick through it each week.
Yeah, if you're wanting to have fun and go plinking, there's a lot better choices.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm always. I like Ruger products anyway, so I will probably go with the Ruger. That'd be my third Ruger, by the way.
Rugers are very good. I was shooting my Mark IV at the range the other day. I finally put a scope or a red dot on it.
I never even thought about putting a damn red dot on a 22. That never even crossed my mind.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun with it on because my eyes at distance aren't the best, so it made it a little bit clearer to be able to just put the dot where it needed to go and shoot that way.
No, I can see the purpose behind it. It's just,
Now, Mad Sexy says you can get a Savage Model 64 for $150.
That ain't bad either. But
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, Boob Sweat says the AR-7's about $250.
There's options out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, there are many options. Yes.
Lots of options. It's like that 1022 takedown. I like that.
They're pretty cool and they're nice for if you're gonna go as a backpacking gun. I've never actually shot one or held one, but they are very cool.
Oh, whoa! I just came across something. Let me show you guys this. Let me do a little screen share here.
What you got? What you got?
Hopefully he's wearing pants this time.
I'm always wearing pants. Look at this.
Not always underwear.
No, not always underwear. That's fact. Oh, what do you guys think about that?
Ruger 1022. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty damn
Stainless.
I
cool.
actually had that exact stock on my 1022 for a while, and that was before I turned it into like an M1 carbine style. But yeah, they're pretty cool. And the stainless is nice because that pretty much means it's good.
Yeah.
Good forever, pretty much.
Well, around here we got salt water too, so.
That's a good point. Yeah, I would definitely go with that then.
Yeah, or there's, that.
What's that? Taco stock? Yeah, it looks like Tapco. Yeah, there is the nice thing about the Ruger 1022 is there's 1,000,001 things you can do to it. There's 1,000,001 stocks. You can do triggers, stocks, barrels, optics, anything you want to do to it. You can get 10 rounders, you can get 25 rounders, you can get 50-round drums for it. It is basically Legos for adults.
Pretty much.
They are a lot of fun.
But yeah,
What was that first one you were looking at again?
that one there. Tactical stainless.
That's not a takedown, though, is it?
No, it's a side folder.
Takedown came out a few years ago, I think, right? They've not been out.
$225 for the side folder ain't bad, though.
No, it ain't.
That's a decent price.
That's why I like grab a gun. You can get pretty damn good deals and not spend a ton of money doing it. See what's on page 2. Ooh, look at that. That I actually do like.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those stocks. That's nice. Turn it into... See, that's what I was saying is you can turn it into just about anything you want. You want to make it look like an AR, you can do that.
You're right there. It is a bit pricey, but still a nice little get up. I like that one too. And that one's stainless, 18-inch barrel.
Camo stainless. And it's whatever you want. They got about everything you could imagine. Just doesn't matter how much money you want to put in your toy.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not going to go much over $300 for a 22. That's a little redundant.
But you can have it forever.
Well, this is true.
And in a SHTF scenario, man, what would you rather carry? 500 rounds of anything else or 500 rounds of 22? I mean, and should be able to find it.
Hey, Hottie. How you doing, buddy? Lord. Well, like I said, I'll think of something. Hell, I might even get me a damn Rough Rider. Who knows?
Oh,
I got one of them too.
I love shooting.
little 22 revolver. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Cheapest little fun gun I own.
I had a girlfriend that had one of those at one point. She slept with it under her pillow. Damn thing had a 7-inch barrel, and I was like, okay, well, I guess anything's better than nothing. But
I wouldn't want it aimed at me.
No, well, I wouldn't want nothing. I wouldn't want to get shot with a pellet gun.
I ain't gonna laugh at you if you aim one of those.
I don't want to get shot with a pellet gun. I'll just put it out there like that.
I think I got shot by a BB gun once.
I've been shot by a BB.
Oh, I've been shot by pellet guns and BB guns. That shit don't feel good.
Nah, I don't.
paintball guns hurt too.
Well, I can tell you a story about a paintball gun. Back years ago when those things first came out, my cousin bought one. And he brought it to the house. And I picked this thing up and it didn't feel like anything. And these little squishy little rubber balls, I was like, well, damn, that can't hurt. You know, little did I know. So I cocked it back, put a round in the chamber, put my hand out in front of it, pulled the trigger.
Oh, shit.
Let me tell you, that was a mistake. I bruised my hand. It was bruised for 3 days. I was like, damn. He says, why did you do that? I said, well, hell, I didn't think it was going to have that kind of power behind it. It's a fucking toy. But some people have to learn the hard way. And I guess I'm one of those people. Too Hotty said he'll send me a Rough Rider for 200.
Yeah.
If I had 200,
yeah, hell, I will too.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, I'll give you one for 200 right now.
if I had 200, there's a reason I buy all my shit on layaway, people. A very good reason. I don't have a whole lot of money.
All right.
Now,
$200 right now.
Yeah.
A while back in the chat, Midnight said that Henry Survival Rifle is $209 at Academy right now.
Yeah. Like I said, if I'm going to get one, I'll probably get the 1022 and leave it at that. Like you said, it's something that you buy once, cry once. 1022, it's a Ruger product. They're built like freaking tanks. So
I gotta say, the only thing I don't like about the Rough Rider is that safety. God,
why would you put a safety on a revolver to begin with?
I don't know. I guess because they know a lot of little kids are going to be shooting them. I do not know. Maybe they got cheaper insurance rates. I don't know. But they threw a safety on there.
Who knows, man? It's one of those deals. Yes, I don't understand why these polymer companies are putting safeties on striker fire guns. What the hell? If you're that worried about shooting yourself, buy a double action, single action. Don't buy polymer.
They're marketing it to the new gun owner. They're marketing it to the person that just started getting into guns, just started carrying, and they need a safety. They want a safety. They need a safety. So here, we'll produce a gun to be their first gun with a safety until they realize that your finger is your safety.
Yeah.
Speaking of guns, Outlaw, I saw your gun in at Walmart on Saturday. I saw your shotgun.
Did you?
Yes, I did. It said Hatfield right on it.
Yeah.
That $99 shotgun. I finally saw one in the wild, and I just about bought the damn.
You should have bought it. It have lasted you for a couple weeks anyway.
Except I already own two 12 gauges and a 20 gauge on a 410. So it's like, what do I need one for? But
that might have the Hatfield name on it, ladies and gentlemen, but I do not endorse it whatsoever. I've never had my
fold up. It folds up.
I've never held one. I've never shot one. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
It didn't look like the highest quality piece of machinery I ever saw in my life.
But now, if they ever made a McCoy shotgun, you could pretty much bet it'd be better than that.
But
you can pretty much bet a Hatfield shotgun beat a McCoy shotgun. Just putting that out there.
I saw another one I really wanted. I can't remember what it was. I'm going to have to look it up.
What's all this Hatfield and McCoy stuff? Did I miss something?
No. Just talk about shotguns. Gary's going to buy one of those Hatfield shotguns.
I actually had to trade in my shotgun.
I trust a McCoy shotgun over a Hatfield shotgun. I don't know.
Just because I looked at it don't mean I'm gonna buy it.
If I was you, I would go buy New England. You'd probably be better off.
If I was you, I'd go buy a Mossberg or I can't even say Remington anymore. I wish I could, but I'd go buy a Remington or Benelli or something. But
They did have a little.
Anyway,
They had an H&R partner in there, is what I saw. It was a 12 gauge with a 18 and a half inch barrel.
Well, no, that ain't bad.
And it was $189, I think, for this thing. And I think it was either 6 or an 8 capacity. And it looked really nice.
Well,
and it's in the store right where my daughter lives now because she moved. I moved her this last weekend, and I'll be back there every weekend, so I'll get more than one chance to look at it.
Why'd you move your daughter and you gotta go check on the place you moved her to every weekend?
Yeah, only problem is it's an hour and a half away.
Oh, this must be a college thing then, huh?
No, she's out of college now, and she got a job. She actually works at a prison.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
She's got a master's in psychology, and her job is that all the male inmates in the state of Kansas go through this one correctional facility for a psych eval before they're assigned
to
the various place, and that's what she does. And she's been commuting like an hour and 15 minutes every day. Well, she got evicted from her house where she lived because they sold it. So she had to find a new place to live. I said, why don't you move closer to work? So now she's like 5 minutes from work. So.
Oh, okay. Well, so even though she's farther from you, she's closer to work.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She carries?
She's going to.
All right. Well,
she's just outside of Wichita, Kansas, and a trip or two into town convinced her it's probably a good idea to carry.
Especially with the job that she has. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Do you guys mind if I take it back to the original thing that I jumped in on when Ellis was talking about this 22 thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
All right. I kind of laid it out in the chat there. Bro, if you're going 22, I mean, unless you want to go lever action or something like that, or you want to go bolt action, go Ruger 1022 takedown. Those guns they're so handy and they're so nice to have. You can throw them in a backpack, and if you go that route, go the route that is already that the barrel is already threaded and either has a muzzle device on it or thread protector, so that if you ever think you want to get into suppressors, that it's already ready to go. And I believe you can probably do that for under that $300 mark you were talking. Just I mean, you're gonna have to be patient, but just watch the sales. I know we got Labor Day or whatever the hell it is coming up here pretty soon, and there's definitely going to be sales. So
yeah, I've already decided if I go the rifle route, it'll be a 1022. If not, who knows? Maybe some sort of 22 pistol.
All right, yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is if you're going to go 22 rifle and you're going to go 22 semi-automatic, and this is just me. I mean, and me, what I have to say fucking means nothing. Ask anybody on gun channels. Nobody on gun channels. I'm not even on gun channels anymore. So, the takedown, it has a lot to offer. It truly does. And some people will tell you that it's not consistent, that it's going to lose zero every time you take it down, and blah blah blah. But that's not the truth and that's not what I have experienced. If you do what you're supposed to do with that with that takedown, you're going to be pretty much right on when it comes to repeatability. I mean, because every time you take that thing apart and you put it back together, after you put it back together, you're supposed to rack the bolt and let it slam home 5 to 6 to 7 times, and that is supposedly supposed to line everything up because after you set your little tension ring. I mean, it is what it is. It's only going to go in so far. It's only going to lock in the same position so far, and then after you rack that bolt so many times and then let it slam home, everything's going to go to where it should be. And if you're off a quarter of an inch, I mean, okay, fine, you're off a quarter of an inch, but you're shooting 22, and I mean, how big a deal is it?
Here's that takedown 1022 for $354. So, like you said, wait for sale, you probably get a lot cheaper than that.
For sale, and you get that at $279. You know what I mean? And that three number's still high to me. I paid $279 for my takedown.
It's pretty good for a takedown.
But I mean, this was before they even came out with the tactical or whatever the hell they want to call them, one that is threaded and all that stuff. So, but my 1022 takedown, it's one of them guns that if I have to leave the house with, or if I have to fucking get out of here in a hurry and throw it in the back of a truck, and then it might end up being in a backpack somewhere, that's the fucking gun. That's one of the guns that's going to go because of how easy it is to take down, how easy it is to put back together, how much ammo I can carry, and the availability of just how many mags I have for it.
And all that is something to take into consideration.
And then, but I will shut up after this last point. But you asked something about shooting lead through them. I've shot thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds of lead through my 1022s, and it has never caused an issue at all. I'm talking your cheapest federal lead shit, your cheapest.
You have to keep your barrel cleaned out, though.
It does have some lead shit. Even some of CCS shit is just lead. It's coated with something, but it's still just lead. It's not jacketed or anything. And I mean, 22 ammo in general, you're gonna have a misfire every now and then. You're gonna have a dead primer. You're gonna hit that bullet in the wrong, or you're gonna hit that bullet in the wrong spot when it comes to your firing pin and all that. But that's part of rimfire.
It is what it is.
So I'm gonna mute now, so I don't completely overrun this whole conversation.
That's fine. You got something to say it. But you know, it's there's, like I said, there's just so many options out there when it comes to 22, and with a 1022, you can do just about anything with it you want to do. You could probably do more with a 1022 than you can an AR at this point. So
definitely cheaper for ammo.
Oh God, yeah. Well, like I said, I got many boxes of 22 now, completely free. So if I've got the ammo, I might as well buy the gun to feed it.
Well, hey, I mean, you know, if you can't get the gun and you want to, you know, send that
Yeah.
I think I can find a home for it. If
you think?
I can save you the effort of having to buy, you know, one of those damn 22s. I know they're real pain to own.
You know, I think I'll take one for the team and just buy one.
All right, I mean, you know, just
I said Christmas is coming up. You know, I can't think of anything better to get your friends in a couple boxes 22.
Yeah, that's a good point. But you see, my birthday's before Christmas, so y'all could just send me a 22, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Now, Philo was asking what the odd-looking gun is on the table. So, this is a Steyr 1912. Was it Philo? Somebody asked what this was.
That is very unique, is what that is.
That's what I was thinking. That's kind of cool.
Well, it was built in, I believe, 1912 or 1913, and it's part of the Chilean contract. There was only 5,000 of this particular one built, about 300,000 total, and they're very cool because while it looks kind of like a normal gun, you'll notice there's no magazine release because it's stripper clip fed.
Oh.
Let me see if I have something that I can mock up as a stripper clip to show how it would load. All right, we're going to pretend this is a stripper clip because I don't feel like digging out a stripper clip.
What caliber is it?
It's 9x23 Steyr.
Huh.
So what you would do is, this is your stripper clip. We're going to pretend there's bullets on it. You would stick it in here, push your rounds down into the gun like you would a rifle, and then the slide would go home, which it's not because there's nothing in it, and that's how it would fire.
How many rounds it hold?
I believe 8 or 9.
Sounds about right.
Because, of course, back then they were still primarily single-stack magazines.
Well, where's the safety on that thing? Oh, I see it.
Right here, because if you were to, all right, say you put your rounds in, the second you take out the stripper clip, the slide's going to go forward, and it could actually bite your finger, which it did to mine, but you would put this safety up here, and you kind of got to pull it back as you engage it, and then you can put your rounds in, and the slide will stay forward, or I should say back, until you disengage it, and then it would go forward. But
now, is that meant to be cocked and lock carried, or?
You could carry it cocked and locked. That's pretty much how you would carry it: safety up, and then trigger, hammer up, or hammer back. But yeah, it's
single action only.
Yes. Now the Chilean guns, because Chile, I believe, was neutral in the First World War, so this gun may or may not have actually seen action. But there were guns. They made guns for different countries that did serve in World War I, definitely. So this gun may not have been on the field, but it was definitely sitting on the bench waiting to go in to World War I.
Now, have you actually come across the ammo for it?
I picked this up on Friday. I actually had to trade my last shotgun for it and some money. And I've called on Friday. I called 20 gun shops plus. I think I went in a 30-mile radius and called every gun shop I could, and no one had any. But when you go online, you can find people that have. There are companies that have produced some of it because it's 9x23. So it is obtainable. It's just hard to find. But
yeah, I'm Googling it as you speak here.
Yeah, it's 9x23 Steyr. It's not exclusive to this gun. Supposedly there are a couple other guns that it functions in, but it's
quite a bit bigger than a standard 9mm.
Yes, it's a little bit smaller. Because I was trying to think if I have anything to represent it. They say the closest thing is to compare it to like a 38 Super. I believe. It's a little bit longer, and yeah, it's... Now, apparently, for the Second World War, they did convert some of them over to 9mm Luger, but this is not one of them, because that would be a different stamping. So this is one of the original ones chambered in 9x23.
The 9x23 ammo is a unique round that was designed solely for competition shooting to replace the 38 Super. The round delivers near 357 Magnum performance from an automatic pistol.
Now is that not because I know Winchester makes a 9x23. This is 9x23
Yeah,
Steyr. It's actually
yeah.
called 9x23 Steyr. Let's see.
I found it.
Yeah, Philo, how you would disassemble it, and there are a few. There's not many videos on this gun. Forgotten Weapons probably is your best bet, but yes, this little thing here, you would push it down, the pin pulls out, and then you pull the slide off and up and off. It's actually a really easy disassembly, especially given the fact that this was built in 1912. So it just goes to show how little guns have progressed in 100 years.
Yeah. Well, that one, you said that one was developed when?
This one is because of it's hard to track down, but the Chilean contract I think was filled from 1912 to 1913. These are some of the early guns.
So that thing come out just about the same time as the 1911.
Yes.
Huh. I wonder which was actually first, that one or the 1911.
Let me see. I haven't learned everything about it yet. Yeah, it's I'm almost afraid to shoot it because parts for it are, of course,
Pain to
almost
find.
almost impossible to find. But let's see.
Yeah, you just want to put one round through it to make sure it does work.
Well, I'm gonna track down some ammunition for it, and I want to shoot it at least one just to say that I shot a 100-year-old gun. But I don't plan on shooting it a whole lot because of difficulty to find ammo and the fact that right now it's all numbers matching. So even if something did break and I could find a replacement part for it, chances are it would, hurt the value if I broke something that was original to the gun.
I've shot quite a few 100-year-old plus guns,
Yeah.
mostly rifles. Yeah, Enfields, a couple old Mausers.
Is this off air, Ellis?
No, this is live, man.
Oh, shit.
We are live.
Yeah, I'm
I
getting
should
the
say,
same glitch.
my phone
No,
says off air.
yeah, but we are live. In fact, here. See? We're live. Because that's why I was reading.
Oh, it really doesn't matter to me. I'll say the same shit off air that I will on air. So it really don't matter to me.
Shoot it, Philo says.
Well, I gotta get ammo for it first. I've got to get ammo for it, and that's the hardest part right now.
I think when you get ammo, you want to do a desktop.
Yeah. I don't quite know if that's my neighbors would enjoy that. I mean, I don't think my landlord would like the hole in the ceiling.
Just get a clearing bucket, or just make a clearing bucket like the Yankster.
I did see I did see that he did something like that.
You could always say, look, I was just chambering around, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if my firing pin was stuck or what, but it was pointing in a safe direction. If you really want to check, you can dig in that 5-gallon bucket, and you can find the round, and it is what it is. It was pointing in a safe direction.
Know if my neighbors would approve. Although I don't know. I probably should invest in a clearing bucket.
Dude, I'm just joking.
No, I know.
Don't do that if you're in city limits and have neighbors that are gonna cause shit.
Yeah, I have neighbors that cause us shit, and I'm out in the country. So.
Dude, I'm the neighbor right now who's causing shit. I'm the neighbor who's been the single person for Neighborhood Watch for the past week, and it's been kind of a hectic week. I've chased a thief out of here that I caught down here over 3 years ago, stealing a starter out of my dad's truck. He tried to call me up to the park to fight like we were school children, and I told him, I said, I don't fight, but if you want to attack me, I'll fucking kill your ass. I said, I'm not playing around, dude. I don't fight. If you want to attack me, I'm going to protect myself, but I don't fight. And the next night, it was a drunk driver who decided he was going to drive halfway down the ditch and take out one of my neighbors, or take out a neighbor's mailbox. So I knocked on the neighbor's door and tried to let him know what was going on. This is fairly early in the evening. It's not early in the evening, but this is not a.m. or anything. This is 11 o'clock at night. And that neighbor greeted me with a laser on my chest, and I shot my flashlight up where it was coming from, and I know it was attached to a gun. So I told that neighbor, I said, you know what, motherfucker? You know I've lived here for 33 years. I know you've lived there for over 20 fucking years. You know who the fuck I am. Who are you to fucking point a gun at me, you fucking piece of shit? I said, I'm not here fucking doing you a favor. I'm not here letting you know what the hell went on. Well, I don't know. I just had someone knock on my door at 11:30 at night. And I'm like, okay, so the big boom 5 minutes ago that happened right outside your fucking house, that wasn't enough to let you know that something was going on? I said, I came up to investigate and see what was going on, to make sure my neighbors were okay. And then you want to point a fucking gun with a laser attached to it at me? I said, fuck you. I said, I had to leave your fucking shit sitting right out here in the fucking street where it is. I said, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fucking be the good neighbor that I am. I'm going to make a nice little pile of this shit right in your front yard. And here's a couple pieces of the car that was left behind, of the undercarriage that broke off. And I'm going to even set those aside for you, so that maybe if you ever find the car, or you see a car driving around that's missing these three pieces, you're able to find them, and you're able to tell who the fuck did it. And I haven't heard 2 words from him since. Then
folks tend to be ungrateful, man.
Dude, and then fucking age. Just last night, I'm sitting out here, and I see a car pull up. It doesn't even park in front of the house that this car goes to. But, okay, this car doesn't belong on the street. I mean, first of all, this is supposedly the boyfriend of a chick that lives in the house down on my street. And my street is a dead end. It's a cul-de-sac. So I know everybody on the street. I know what cars are supposed to be here and all this shit. And this car parks in front of a different neighbor's house. The guy gets out. He enters into the house through a basement window. And I'm like, all right, well, something's not right here. If this guy was actually invited over and allowed over, would any of us go through a basement window over a front door?
No, I don't see that happening.
Okay, so I went down and I knocked on the front door, and the guy that I deal with at this house, they're El Salvadorian, and I believe that his wife and his daughter and all them, they basically run the fucking show, even though he's the only one who will talk to me. But so nobody answers the door. So he says, he told me the last time something like this happened, if anything ever happens, you call me. So I called him, and I'm like, yo, hey bro, I mean, are you home or are you out and about? Oh man, no, I'm home. I'm like, all right. So I just saw this guy pull up. He's in this vehicle, and instead of walking in through your front door, he went in through your fucking basement window. I said, that to me, that seems like a thief who's stealing shit or something like that. I'm like, if you ever see someone walk or someone try to enter my house through a window, I hope you will call the cops. And he's like, oh no, dude, it's okay. That's my daughter's boyfriend. And then I said, all right, son, all right, dude. Well, you need to talk to me tomorrow, or you need to talk to me sometime soon, because one of these times something like this is going to end up getting somebody hurt. And I don't know if it needs to happen or if it doesn't need to happen, but if you let people just enter your house through a fucking window, you got to understand how that makes your fucking neighbors feel who actually look out over this neighborhood. And he's like, so I talked to him tonight, and he said, yeah, if you ever see that guy again, jump him or call the cops. And I'm like, man, what the fuck are you fucking talking about? Dude, I got pissed. I'm like, just fucking last night you told me everything was okay, that it was no big deal. He was allowed to fucking be there. He's like, yeah, but that guy's, he's fucking my younger daughter. He's fucking my daughter, man. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not here to get involved with you or your family shit, or your family bullshit, or anything that goes on around here. The only thing I do is I look out for suspicious fucking activity, suspicious bullshit, and I either call the cops or I deal with it on my own. And then I call the cops. And he's like, yeah, if you ever see that car again, if you ever see that guy again, jump him or call the cops. And I'm just like, I'm not doing any of that until you come over and talk to me in the next couple days, man. I'm like, I'm done. If you're okay with fucking douchebags sneaking into your house and last night, this was well past midnight. I'm like, if you're okay with that, then how am I supposed to know what's suspicious and what isn't? So I know I've looked over you and your house and your family for a long time, but how am I supposed to know what actually fits, what actually is normal, and what isn't? I'm just like, you got to understand what I'm saying. If I see someone pull up, not park in front of your house, and then jump in through a side fucking window into your basement, that makes me think that something not right is happening. It's so fucking frustrating. I'm tired of trying to be the good guy and trying to do the fucking right thing.
Not going to consider moving to the country. You get less problems like that.
Oh, believe me.
To be annoyed by your neighbors when they're 3 miles away.
Believe me. I'm a city boy, but I'm a country boy at heart, so I would do it if I could. I would not be here if I could, but it's not an option right now other than being in bumfuck North Dakota, where it's I don't know. Things are bad here, but it's even fucking worse back there.
Well, you can always move in with Gary.
Gary wouldn't have me. Shit, you're that little. Gary wouldn't have me,
and Gary's like, "Thanks for volunteering me, asshole." Anyway, oh Lord. Well, guys, I think we're about to call this one done for the night. We've been going about an hour, so that's about normal for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, stopping by, saying hello. Thought we had a pretty good chat tonight. Talked about some guns. Got a little show and tell. So now I got a decision about a 22 to make. So, and I would like to thank everybody's input for that. Gary, you got anything to plug?
As always, gizzardgary.com. Join gun channels. Check out guntube.org. And like, share, and subscribe to the Outlaw Hatfield. You'll be glad you did.
I appreciate the plug. Thank you, Gary. Slim, what you got, brother?
Thanks again for the invite, man. It's been a while. Check me out on YouTube. I do gun reviews and different stuff. I also am trying to get on Gun Streamer and GunTube, but I'm not great with technology, so that's taken some time. I'm also on gun channels, and now I'm on Instagram at official Slim Cowboy. So that's about it.
Yeah, I found you on Instagram, I think about a week ago.
Yeah, I just figured I'd try it.
Instagram's a cool platform, man. Hottie especially posts some great gun pics on there. Great pics. Hottie, what you got to plug?
I don't got much. 2Hottie206 on Instagram. I mainly do a bunch of reposting. As of lately, I've been trying to post a lot more of my original artwork. Anything original from me is tagged as 2Hottie206 original. Other than that, I don't got nothing to plug. I don't post on YouTube. I don't believe I'm even a Gun Channels member anymore. So, yeah, peace out.
Well, I appreciate you being here anyway, brother.
Oh, midnight's here. There goes the neighborhood.
Midnight was here earlier. He can't get away. Can't get enough. No. I'm the cleanup hitter for Matt, so there ain't much left after Matt gets done. I get the leftovers.
Oh, thanks.
But Midnight loves it. Midnight loves the leftovers. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Like I said, I'm going back to the lake tomorrow. I'm going to try to get on. Like I said, this phone tends to overheat real quick when I go live, so I'm going to try it and see what happens, if I can get a signal at all. Guys, wish me luck. Hopefully I'm going to catch the granddaddy of that one I caught last trip, and I will catch you all later.
See y'all later.
Give him the bird.